tuning into the Fire Radio. And yes, man, say what? Andrew Robinson.
Chain ori niko kori fuko pori ndin mejaza kama kori ameshika kutusia na kap pori shika tori cheja doli jaka super ana mabui unastuka nimekuteka na unijui unataka stingo flani za mabui kaona swara kuja area nina tui
inauma baya itabidi uzoee.
Nasema damn nigga better keep me candy. Damn nigga to kill me dead. Nasema damn nigga better keep me candy. Damn nigga to kill me dead. Check it, see that out, chop on the nigga. See that out, chop on the nigga. See that out, chop on the nigga. See that out, chop on the nigga.
Nakata wapani, nejifraili, bado sijamanga me. Nikore, nikivamale, nikiriri, mana paraskale. Nikajifraili, tambia pale. Juma kikijipa, na male. Na sita, na makangare. Izame futi sita, kivua danga. Kitanka, kegida di jam na kunywa. Ni tam, cheki have some kunywa. Kahanjam, kakikami na kiwa. Bongi small kama shimo ya mapua.
Odio muranga wanadai niwe wao mademo na wanyoroshia kwanza kwao ikusi zao ni misitutuka za mao na cheki zao zimesaka kama tocho zao na hivi ndo mingi ya state town na kajaba na hivi ndo micheza longo na wamaga shosho mangiru anajijika waga na zake zimeshika shame za kajaba Come baby, could you kill the devil? Say my damn nigga better keep me candy. Come baby, could you kill the devil? Check it, see that out, chop on the name of tao. See that out, chop on the name of tao. See that out, chop on the name of tao. See that out, chop on the name of tao.
Chikiana ni pore, kwanza za kitore. Nakwana ni ngore, kwanza za kingore. Tuputa ni chore, akikupiga ngote. Alafuta ni nyore, akikupiga ndiole.
Yes, family, karibuni sana to another beautiful episode of the Pan-African Bliss Show. This is the Black Fire Network radio station, media of the 21st century. A quick shout out to everyone with me live on Twitter, on YouTube, on TikTok, on the radio station, and of course everyone live with me on Rumble and on the show page. Karibuni sana to another beautiful conversation right here on the Black Fire Network radio station. Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Tuesday to everyone listening to me on all the streaming platforms. Karibuni sana to yet another beautiful conversation. Actually, this is the conversation of the week because it's with you, and of course I'm glad to be right here on today's conversation of the Pan-African Bliss Show, where today we shall be talking about Nigeria. And of course it's another day where I keep on saying Nigeria is never lacks literally to be trending in any way or anyhow. Shout out to our brothers from Nigeria, where we shall be talking about where millions have been recovered when you talk about corruptions and all. And I have a couple of videos to share when you talk about corruptions. It is just that last week I did talk about when it comes to leadership of African people, rather the African puppets, how they can literally ensure the people that they are literally here to fight corruption is by first, number one, publicizing their assets, which we saw the Senegal president doing so. The Liberia president is also supposed to do so. And we saw last week that was the ex-president of Liberia, George Weah, his assets being publicized. And we saw a lot has been discovered when you talk about the stolen amounts and what has not been done and what was supposed to be done. But today, I'll be talking about that because we saw, or rather this weekend, I came across a video that was trending of our very own right here in the 254, a member of he's actually a representative of President William Ruto, and he was supposed to be representing, that is, the GDP of the country, and he went ahead and said that this is actually the same as the country's total population. So we shall be talking about this, and I love the way the investigations about his study, his background was done, and his net worth, and what is called, and his position, which we should be seeing happening very more often when you talk about the Africans, or rather the African puppets. Karibuni sana once again. Hope you guys are doing great. A quick shout out to Kanunu in the building. Hope you guys are doing great. Shout out to everyone with me also live on TikTok. Karibuni sana, kindly subscribe if this is your first time right here. And remember, you can also join us officially by downloading our app on the Google Play Store. Or rather, if you are an iPhone user, you can kindly also do stream live. That is, or join us officially through the website. That is the www.blackoutfinetwork.com. We shall also be talking about Kenya, where the ongoing strike of doctors is still going on. And that's talking about Kenya. There was a marathon also being held in Beijing. That was this weekend, if I'm not wrong. And there's something that is trending where we can see that a Chinese man was the one allowed. Actually, the Kenyan marathon runners, they allowed this guy to literally just pass and win. So investigations are taking place, and it's another day where racism is literally, taking over. Rather, I don't know what's this to call, where Africans have been, something is just not adding up, and I'll be coming back to discuss much more of that. And where also we can see where donors have pledged 2.1 billion US dollars to aid Sudan and the ongoing wars, which I have something to talk about and much more. Karibuni sana once again. I began with an amazing jam that was Ethic with Boondocks, and the name of the jam was Thou, and I'll be going back to another jam. This is by the one and only Bahati, and the name of the song is Niamor. I'll be coming back with the quote of the day and much more coming from the Black Hot Network radio station.
Toto nimeganda, shepula Uganda, kama gari we manyanga. Beautiful, wonderful, beautiful is what you are. Beautiful, wonderful, beautiful. Come and look at you, can I be with you? Can you be more? Can I look at you, fall in love with you, girl? Oh baby, nakupenda, nakupenda. Oh baby, nakupenda, nakupenda wangu. Mi amor, mi amor, mi amor, amor. Mi amor, mi amor, mi amor. Ile kitu wewe unanilu, takwenda kamoyo kangu unanidu.
Yes, and my quote of today is Happy Tuesday. Decide what you want. Believe you can have it. Believe you deserve it. And believe it is possible for you. And to add on it, just look. I always love, give gratitude every single day. Just look at where you've literally come from, the things you've achieved, and just literally congratulate yourself. Don't even dare doubt yourself. The fact that you've literally been able to make steps that you didn't know you could literally make it. Just be proud of yourself. That is something that keeps me moving every single day. When I look at where I really come from, my struggles, and how far I am, like, I'm really, really proud, and I can't even dare to doubt myself. I trust my intuitions. I trust my decisions. I believe in me because I am who I say I am. period. And of course, karibuni sana once again. That is my quote of today, and I hope you stay blessed. Have an amazing Tuesday ahead of you. But a quick shout out to everyone with me once again on YouTube, on Twitter, on the radio station, on Rumble Live, and everyone with me also on the show page. Kindly, if in case you are on the show page, remember you can pin your comment sections, rather your comments, your thoughts regarding what we shall be debating here, that is on the chat page. And in case you're here and you're new, and you're wondering how can I get to the show page, karibu sana. Kindly subscribe, rather follow us on whatever platforms you literally streaming live with us from, starting there. And of course, you can be able to find us on our website by first downloading our app on the Google Play Store. That is for all the Android users. If in case you are an iPhone user, no excuse. We have our website streaming down below. That is the www.blackoutfinetwork.com. Stay connected with us right at the Blackout Fire Network radio station. I see Jiba Jaba, karibu sana. Hi to you too. Hope you're doing great. Kanunu says my favorite persons. Nakuona Mzales in the building. Karibu sana. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing great, manze. Nimekumiss. Last Thursday it was crazy here. Sijui kwa wapi. But I hope to see you tonight. Tonight on the Culture Show. You know how you do it. And of course, shall be me, myself, and Kamlesh as we take it all the way down. With the baddest DJ you can't afford. And I also see nasema mwalimu. Ndio huyo nimewasili. Class is back. You know, that's how we say it. That is the motto right here on the Blackout Fire Network. You know, class is back. But of course, before we get started, I have something I want to share. Before we get into anything else, I have a video, or rather 2 videos I want to share. And this is coming from 2 sisters from the African continent. One of them, you guys are very familiar with her. Shout out to Keith. I think he shared videos of her some time back here where she was trending, answering people on TikTok weirdly. You know, like, you know, questions like, you know, the questions have been saying that, you know, some of the people or African people we find irritating. And no offense, I'm just saying, like, you know, it is okay to ask questions, but sometimes, you know, you got to check some questions that you're asking, especially to the people in the African continent. Don't be stupid. Just do research. That is how simple I'll say it. So this lady, there's a time she was trending. When you comments she was receiving from the white people, like, you know, do you guys live in trees? You know, are you living in a jungle? Do you guys, you know, have internet? What type of food do you guys eat? She's coming from Uganda, and on this short story, she's or rather I'm presenting right here, she talks about the backlashes she got because of her skin color. And after this, I'll be sharing a video of a sister whose skin bleached herself because of the backlashes she got, also because of her skin color, and how she feels right now after skin bleaching. And I will talk about the effects. We've spoken about the effects of skin bleaching, and there's so many chemicals that have been introduced in so many African countries right now that we have failed to get rid of, you know, that have brought so many diseases, you know, being on you know, just running the system rather being on the system. So let me share this very quickly. Her name is Angela, and she's a big TikToker coming from Uganda, and she shares a story as I share the rest of what is happening here and the comments of most of the people.
Don't believe in yourself, you can't do anything.
Meet Angela Sama Namubiru, Uganda's rising
If you don't know yourself, that is what she starts by. Which, number one, I'll say we've spoken about this a couple of times, where we African people, majority of people in the continent don't know themselves. We're literally living in, how do I say, majority of us is living on a narrative of someone else, which has always favored him or them, which is the white man historically. Because I remember Keith was laughing about this. That was last week or on Saturday, I think, with the Demore's show. I can't remember, either last week or one of the days. He was laughing about where Africans believe that the Bible is the history, but historically it is true. You know, that is what African people have literally, not really all of them, but some, and majority, to just make it make sense. Majority of them have grown up knowing nothing but just the Bible to dwell on. You know, all you wake up, especially in most of the Africans' home, you know, you gotta pray before you eat, before you do anything. You know, you gotta pray before you leave the house. You gotta pray before you literally sleep. Like literally all your belief, trust is in this white man. So you never get to literally understand who first are you. Like, you know, do you get to question, like, Why am I born African? Why is it that I have to serve a white man and all that? Like, such kind of questions. Generally, majority of Africans don't know themselves. That is what she says. If you don't know yourself, you literally get lost.
TikTok star. With more than 6 million followers on TikTok alone, Angela has one of the biggest social media profiles in the whole of East Africa. But her meteoric rise comes from a painful place. Angela was mercilessly bullied for her dark skin color from young and old alike.
I don't want to see other people going through what I went through, receiving comments from aunties that my skin is not good enough, I should lighten up a bit.
They say revenge is a dish best served cold. Angela won the 2022 Africa Social Star Award at the People's Choice Awards. Achievement for the 28-year-old. But the glare of online fame has brought unwanted attention. Sexist and body-shaming comments still plague her.
When they tell you they don't like your skin color, you're black, you're not beautiful, it affects you as a woman, because I also want.
So I see we have issues with my internet, but number one, what I'd say and speak on this before I get to share the next video is that is one thing that this is what we should avoid. And this is where we need to introduce true Afrocentric education and teach our children, embrace your skin color, embrace your hair. We spoke about this, I think, 3 weeks ago. Embrace literally you being African. There's nothing wrong being you. There's nothing wrong you being born in Africa. Despite the situations we fight, and I'm about to talk about literally, the day-to-day challenges, you shouldn't feel less of yourself. We should be taught about this, because her saying that she feels, or rather that she feels affected, that feeling itself, it's something that needs to be battled. The feeling itself, just where someone makes a comment about you and you feel like, some type of way, that is something that is just the deep root of it that should be gotten rid about. And we should understand that these people are literally insecure about themselves, and they come from our lineage, literally.
To feel like I'm beautiful enough. Right now, I love myself more than anyone. Like, I look at myself in the mirror and I feel like, yeah, I am me. Whether I'm not perfect or I'm perfect, I am me. I don't want to change myself.
Angela has now started a foundation to help children appreciate who they are and where they come from, hoping that this generation can be a force for positive change.
When you don't believe in yourself.
Exactly. So that is what needs to be done. We should see more foundations, and not even foundations, but schools, teaching this kind of, things. We should get rid of all this British, French, whatever type of education that we have in Africa. But until we have true democracy, then we'll keep on singing about this. This is a topic we'll keep on singing about every single day in Africa, every single day. And these are the effect of lack of being taught, and being taught to be confident in yourself, being taught it's okay to be African in Africa. It's okay to embrace your skin color, embrace yourself, embrace who you are. Effects as done.
I thought,
so this lady right here, she bleached herself and she has her thoughts about it. So we get to see the two sides of the coin right here. Those who get to literally who know themselves and what indoctrination effect, or literally how racist comments, which again I'll refer back to Anita Ivy, who said how white people always want to literally put negative words towards black people so that every narrative can always fall and favor them. And this is why every time they make a comment to black people or about the African continent, for those who less know or are less informed, they are affected or react towards it. This again, like the course of that's the Hegelian dialectic type of thing in a different way. But let me share this.
Of lightening my skin to fit into the criteria of girls the men are interested in.
So it's because of men, the male gaze patriarchy.
For the attention, for everything on the social media platform. Yeah, when
So
you
number one, I want a question, and this is something I think we should have also today on the debate, and I want to hear the thoughts of the men. Let me put this down so I can try and remember. I'd also want to have this debate before we get to move on with today's Black Kings frequency. Do men, and I want to hear from you, Jiba Jaba, and the men in the house. And I know for you guys can't relate. I know so. I know for you guys can't relate. But is it also a problem that our African men pushing such kind of a narrative where they prefer light-skinned women could have also brought this effect into rising than it could have literally been prevented? Because what if it's true our men less appreciate Black women, like melanin dark-skinned women? What if it is true? I'm just assuming. I don't know, but I really love to hear from the majority. What if for real the male, which is, we live in a male dominated society, what if it is true that this has really taken effect where our men in Africa no longer appreciate their women, and where they have gone for light-skinned women,
Joby.
it has now affected
It's not
people.
just Africa, Joby. Not
Mm-hmm.
just Africa. Remember, white supremacy is global. It's everywhere you
True.
find Black men. They have been colonized in the mind, colonized the brain. They all hate their own women. They all hate the color, dark skin. They all hate the Black color because they've been colonized in the head. Oh, I grew up my whole life. See, I'm light skinned. I grew up my whole life here, nigga. I don't want no dark skinned woman. I don't want a Black woman. Say, nigga, you Black. You Black, moron. You Black. What are you talking about? Because the self-hate they carry. And you know it's in Kenya because you can't get a job. I heard Parvin say you couldn't get a job unless you're light skinned. I heard Rumbizai in Zimbabwe say you couldn't get a job nowhere in Zimbabwe in certain areas unless you were light skinned. And I've heard in Ghana, Nigeria. That's the colonization of a mind. That means the African man, like I said, is weak and fucked up in the head. And they're right. What they said is right. The African man wants a white woman, like Camblish ass. Oh, I like the way to stand. All that. At the end of the day, they want white women, Joby. Some of the colonized mind. Colonized mind is always a weak mind. Colonized mind can never bring revolution to his women and his children. His mind is gone. He's been conquered upstairs in the head. That's why you have the Kenyans. It's our women that do bad in the Arabic countries.
Well, this is so sad. If what you're saying is, let's say, 90% true, and which I know you're telling the truth, if it is, I'm saying, let's assume it's 90% true. This is why when you talk about and when we see our women, because we keep on talking about women in Africa, and I want to give an example, like in Tanzania, in Mombasa, where we see them always hanging around with white men.
Exactly right, Jibba Jabba. I know I get treated better in society because I'm light. Like I didn't know that. By white people, I get treated not as harsh because I'm light skinned. Think I don't know that. I know it.
Keith, you're making me lose my point.
Go ahead. Go ahead,
You just made me lose my point, literally.
If you lost your point wasn't good enough. Then that's your fault.
No,
Don't try to blame me.
It is. This is so crazy and so sad. I was saying that if this is true, that's 90%. Let's assume that it is 90% that Black men literally don't appreciate dark melanin women. Then this is an easy way of Africa being conquered again. Because if our men, the people we're supposed to be depending on, us can literally just want to lay with then this means you can literally even go for Mzungu. You have no boundaries for yourself. You literally
want Mzungus. They desire Mzungus. I'm gonna tell you that they want Mzungus. That's their dream. That's their desire. There is an app. It's sad. There's an app. You can go look this up. There's an app. Do the study. Let me see. Say the study. There's a study they done. This is by Harvard College. Say even Black men don't want Black women. Black women are the less desired women on the planet. they said the most desired men are white men and Asian women. Okay,
And
this
okay.
let me finish. Study this. You can look this up. The Harvard study. They said, okay, who are the most desired? Everybody wants white men because they conquered the world, so they're the most desired by every other race: black women, white women, Asian women. So they're the number one desired man. The African man on the bottom, the African woman on the bottom. Okay, but the African woman still wants her African man. It's the African man, weak ass. I told you the man is the most fucked. The African man is the most fucked up man on the planet, in and out of the continent. I'm not talking about on the continent. I'm talking about globally. Globally, he's the most fucked up in the head. He, even though the desire of white men might be higher than black men among black women, but at least they come in second. The black woman is last on the black man's list of the woman he wants. Is Asian, Caucasian, Indian, anything but his own goddamn woman is what he desires. Then you're talking about a mind that's completely fucked up in the head.
Now a question, because you have explained that so well, and that is so well understood, and that we've seen majority of the cases, the same man who's talking about how they don't appreciate the dark-skinned melanin woman, they're the same people who are literally put under child support, have no job. They're literally living on a day-to-day survival on how they can literally meet the needs required by the court to support this kid and the baby mama. Literally. Number one, so my question is, do you think it is the black woman's problem, the black American to be specific, the black American's woman problem to behave the way she does because of how she's been treated? Number one, because I
think it's been easier for her to be swayed that way because the way she's been treated. I think it's also mine because I think it's easier for her to become what they made her: disrespectful, more masculine, because you're dealing with a fucked up man who hasn't dealt with his own issues. So, but it's the same in Africa. That's what I'm saying. It's global because the countries are set up anti-African woman. The countries are set up that way. Parvin told me a story, and I've heard this all over Africa. They were trying to get a job, and the African man chose only light-skinned women. That means you're fucked up in the head. You're messed up in the head. You don't even value your own people because your mind. And that's why I'm so angry, because I've seen this everywhere. Your mind is so fucked up. And this is as an African man. Your mind is so gone, so destroyed. But the white man has done brilliantly with that, because this is all over Africa, baby. It's all over Africa, all over America, all over it's everywhere you go with African people. Yeah, but you see it really in Africa because they got some kind of control, a little bit more control of the country. Control the country, but jobs, you see it. Like Rumi said, you're a beautiful young lady. Rumi's beautiful. They told Rumi, no, you can't get this job. You're not light skinned enough. We don't want you in the front of the business, representing the business. You gotta be in the back with the box.
Even this lady says, let me just share this video very quickly. It's very short. As she explains how she, after lightening her skin, and unlike when she was darker,
looks terrible.
Unlike when she was darker, she says she's gotten more opportunities, more gigs. She's now a celebrity and all that. Let me
sort of lightening my skin to fit into the criteria of girls the men are interested in.
So it's because of men, the male gaze patriarchy.
For the attention, for everything on the social media platform. Yeah, when you're a bit lighter, you get more attention.
So looking back at your life, because I've seen some of your before and after pictures, and really, it's truly unbelievable how you've changed so dramatically. How has your life changed? Are people viewing you different?
Yeah,
are you getting what you were
after the skin lightening, and I turned into Fakadi. Before the skin lightening, I was in your nub.
And you're
that's the changes that I had, and
you haven't learned anything.
Life
you
was
haven't
pretty good.
Men are messed
you
up.
got famous and all that thing. You get the attention from the men. You get deals from maybe model contracts and all that. I thought
so that
and
is
you'll be dead, and you'll be dead within a few years of cancer, you moron. Because you haven't you're not having the self-love. I'm lightening my skin and then blah blah blah. Because the creator created you a certain way with love. So what you did was give it a credit because you were given a fake Bible. That's another thing. Another thing you've been given is this fake religion of white people. This has been so destructive of the African mind. The worship of whiteness with your religion. This fake, made up garbage. And if imagine somebody growing up with that Bible every goddamn day, talking about this Jesus shit and everybody's white. Everybody white, everybody in your Bible is white. And none of that shit happened in no Europe. They miseducated African people so bad, you shouldn't have reading this Bible every day and all your images are white. So of course you're gonna have self-hate. Of course you're gonna have self-hate. But everything you believe in and worship is white. White, 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 white. So how the hell can you love yourself when even your God and your angels are fucking white? That's called psychological disparity. You now psychologically fucked up from a child. And your parents have done it to you, not even knowing no better, because they got it done to them and their parents when they brought that fake religion to you. That's why you can never, that's why the African, Joby found it, you can't fight the people you worship. You can't fight no people you worship. That's why Africa's impoverished, poor, fucked up. Because you can't fight, baby, what you worship. You can't fight the God. We're going to just keep it stripped to the bone honest. You can't fight. Everybody African man is a straight up punk. He worshiped this white man. Lick his ass if he told him to. He worshiped his ass. So his whole society is fucked up. He's in churches singing to white people. All that old shit.
And that's what I was saying. Shout out to Big Cheese Karibu Sana. I was saying earlier that this is whatever you're just saying exactly is what I hinted a little bit when I was starting the show. This is the main reason why we've been kept away from literally knowing our true selves as African people, because our whole lives have been focused and all our energy is focused on someone who we don't even know the story. And I was saying that you were laughing about this, I think last week or on Saturday with Demore on the show, when you say that it's crazy how most of the African people think that the Bible is their history.
Bible's history. Yeah, like Irritan. I don't want to go up to Irritan. Irritan believes the Bible is history. Like most Africans. None of that shit is history. None of it. Ask Irritan where are those bodies at that's in these Bibles. How are these people named John, Frank, and Luke, and those are European names? Just common questions. Like they don't want to answer it because they don't want to be told that their religion is a lie. But they worship white people, Joby. Even though Putin told them that all these people are black, they don't want to hear that. They've been raised in their mind, Joby, with white images. So that's why you want to become more white. That's why you put white people on a pedestal. That's why
again,
everything is white.
I'll quote shout out to John Mosquito on TikTok. I'll quote again Anita Ivy when she said this is why they keep on feeding us negative and will always speak negative about Africans and the African continent, because the narrative is always about them. And we've taken it, we always literally also fall into it and we favor them. Like literally we do everything according to how they expect us to react, because we've been worshiping them. And this is why it's not a surprise for whatever is happening in Mali, like as much as you say that these people understand what is happening when you talk about true democracy and fake democracy. I believe not literally everyone is woke in Mali.
Is it me or Joby sound going low? Might be my phone sound like Joby is low. It might be my
it's probably your sound.
Okay, calm down. Okay.
Turn up your volume. Turn up your volume. Turn up your volume.
I did. It sounded like low. It did. So that you're dealing with systemic. That's why you got low self-esteem. That's why you have people come smack you in the head, because you have no sense of value of even being African. You love everything non-African. That's why you got African women in Africa. I'm going to follow this Korean shit of being a Marxist feminist. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Sound crazy as cat shit. If you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna at least follow ideology, at least make it African. If it's fucked up, at least make it African fucked up. At least do that first. You're gonna follow an ideology that's fucked up, but ain't even yours. That's talking about you lost psychologically, Joby. In the mind. You don't know who you are. You can't wake up every day worshiping, reading about white people and not worship white people and whiteness. That's what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's the rejection of
Exactly.
yourself.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And when you talk about literally worshiping yourself, I want to share this story coming from Kenya, where we had this weekend, I think we had the marathon, that is a half marathon, which was hosted in Beijing. And there is an investigation going on where we've seen, literally normally, we've seen Kenyans are the ones who always walk. They always are the ones who away with most of these, championships. But there's a video that has been surfacing, and I saw it today, and I was really, really pissed off. I don't know if I can really find it. Where we've witnessed two marathon runners from the 254 giving this Chinese man a power that he can win the Olympic Games of this marathon. So these questions that have been risen, of course, from
You're talking some more weak ass nigga shit. Okay? Weak ass men like that South African video I sent you. He done like he told you. I don't care if you get out here talking about I'm Kenyan, I'm South African, I'm Ghana. You are a weak ass man. You emasculated. Stop talking that Kenyan shit, that South African shit. No one cares. You are considered a weak ass nigga on the planet. You don't stand for nothing. You're weak. You love everybody else's women but your own. You desire every other white woman. Oh, white people, I want to lick your ass, whitey. Your God is white. You want white women. You're weak. And you're fucked up in the head. And everyone knows it. And when I tell you, you get mad. And I want you to get mad. I'm here to tell you the truth and break your fucking back. You're
so
a coward.
that's an organizers of the Beijing is it Beijing or Beijing? However you pronounce it, please pardon my terms. But they're saying organizers of the Beijing half marathon are investigating allegations that three African athletes.
Oh my! Let me put myself on mute while I laugh. This is so. I told you. You can't defend the African man. You can't be defended. Sorry. He's weak. He's feckless, and he's a coward.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so they have launched investigations. They have launched investigations of allegations that three African athletes deliberately allowed China star runner He Jai to win Sunday's race, and the footage appeared to show.
Joby, mm-hmm. I'm going to get an investigation right now. No Chinese man ever beat an African man in no run. Investigation done.
So there's a footage appeared to show Kenyans Robert Carter and William Mnangal and Ethiopia's Dejin Hailu pointing at the line and slowing down before past who is age 25. The results was criticized by some Chinese social media users, and Mnagat has told the BBC that the trio ran as a pacemakers. The Kenyan said 4 runners has been contracted to help he break the Chinese half marathon record of 1 hour 2 minutes 33 seconds, and that of them did not finish the race. He missed out the record with a time of 1 hour 3 minutes 44 seconds and 1 second ahead of the trio who tried to for the second place. I was not there to compete. This is one of the Kenyans what he says. He says it was not a competitive race for me. A spokesperson at the Beijing Sports Bureau told the AFP they were investigating the incident, adding that we will announce the results to the public once they are available. Chinese sports brand who sponsored at the event and have contracted. This makes sense. Of course, it is Chinese sponsored. So
they probably bribed the Kenyan with a bowl of rice and $5.
disrespectful. And you can imagine this is trending right now, everyone, Twitter, and it is so disrespectful, literally, to see what Africans. It is such a shame, literally. Like, what do you mean I have to? We are competing. I have to go all the way to Kenya. You're telling me that I was damn you sound to tell the media you are not competing. Why were you there? It was not a competition for you.
Wait, no, he's lying, Joby. He got his bowl of rice and his $5.
And fish and fish
Yeah.
and noodles.
Maybe got some fish. You gotta call a spade, Joby. He's an African. He's a man. And he's weak. He's weak and soft. They call a spade. No, until the African man gets a backbone. Till the African man gets a backbone and don't say it's okay for African women to be raped on somebody else's continent. He's asking war. So you get a goddamn backbone. This is what you're gonna get. You get people like Cambridge. Well, it's their fault, nigga. You don't blame your own woman. You out your fucking mind. Your woman is your goddamn. That's your responsibility to take care of. You sound like a fucking moron. I don't give a fuck what your woman does. That's your responsibility to take care of her. Not to say, oh, well, she did. That's your responsibility to go to war. Wars have been fought over women. Are you out your mind? You don't let nobody if you let someone disrespect your woman, that's your whole civilization. That's why you're on the bottom. Okay? Why you on the bottom? You ain't figured it out yet. Why you on the bottom? Shout out to that South African for telling the damn truth. Shit I've been saying. That's why. So Spice is right. South Africa. Young. Was that Smart J? No. That was Farrell. Said the South African is the closest thing to the African American. You goddamn right, because they've been with this beast. They've been living with this beast for generations. They know the wickedness of this mother. They know that, I really like to get me a white woman or some Asian or some Mexican. That's your fucking mind. These people are enemy to black people. Till you understand this and breathe it and know it, there's no going off the reservation. You don't sleep with your enemy. Especially not over your own goddamn African woman. If you're not happy with your African woman, go find another African woman someplace else. Too many African women for you to be sleeping with other women. It's unacceptable when you at war. Everybody's at war with us, whether you like it or not. I don't give a shit whether you like it or not. People are at war with African people globally. This is a fact. Whether you like it or not. That's why the man, hey, them nigga, I'm Chinese. I like to win the race. You know what I'm going to have you do? You do this. I'm going to give you a bowl of ugali in $5. Okay? I don't know if I want to do that. You'll do it, you dirty nigga. You'll do it. Okay.
It's crazy. But as we move on, still on Kenya, Kenya as is supposed to be launching or hosting, it's supposed to be hosting a regional conference girls education that is in East Africa. And so many times you guys have paid attention, and most of you, I know that
he said, let me see the free. I don't know, Joby might have sold out for free life of KFC. Free KFC for life.
Yeah, so Kenya is hosting a regional conference on boosting girls' education in East Africa, and so many times we've spoken about where it's a culture in so many African countries where we have parents who still follow this, that girls will not go to school. It's only the male, or the male children who can literally attend school. The girls are not literally important to be educated. So this we've seen, because of this culture, this is where we've seen early marriages literally being highly participated, because they only wait for you to get to your adolescence age, then you're sold to our old. But in Kenya, they're saying that their goal is to challenge the societal norms that exclude, using cultural sensitive approaches, and more than 100 stakeholders from Uganda, Tanzania, and Kenya are to take part of the 3-day meeting, which kicks off in Nairobi today. And another key focus is boosting support system for vulnerable girls, including pregnant ones, teenagers, teenage mothers, and girls with disabilities. Well, I think we saw the same thing. It was Liberia, if I'm not wrong, or one of the African countries we did speak about a few weeks ago, last month. We saw the same thing, the same motion. Who is funding this? That is number one. Because if it is for Africa to battle where this discrimination of girls not going to school stopping, it's something that should have started a long time ago. But because nobody wants to literally improve such kind of situation, own benefit, another excuse of literally pocketing funds, that is number one. Because this explains why we have this kind of representatives when they go talk about, to present our nations. And so we had the Williams, that is our president, William Ruto's nominee for council general to DRC Congo, who was in a meeting of the National Assembly Defense, and he was actually supposed to be presenting the GDP of the country, that the country's GDP is the same as the total population of the country, which is very crazy. I want to a lot when you talk about the African politics, and which like the Museveni type of thing, nominating his son different, talk about Equatorial Guinea type of leadership, and much more about civil servants who have been appointed illegally. This explains it.
The current population and the escalation of the population in that country. So GDP generally is the population of a country. Right.
GDP is the total population of a country. I mean, make that make sense.
What was the next question? Another question just about the balance of trade. The balance of trade. First, you understand what ICRAF is. And you can't understand this. I'll tell you one thing, Mr. Kayo. It's very
is education, because they're gonna be education is literally gotten still in funds. Let me see. It is really bad.
the current population and the escalation of the population in that country. So GDP generally is the population of the country. Right now.
Use my other phone. I can't hear nothing on this.
The balance of trade. First, you understand what ICRAF is. And you don't understand this. I'll tell you one thing, Mr. Kayo. It's very disappointing that when you're given an opportunity to come before this committee, you did absolutely nothing, from filling of your documentation to responding to questions from other members. It is becoming extremely frustrating interviewing you, because ICRAF is an extremely important element for you if you're going to the Democratic Republic of Congo, because these are our soldiers, and you should have known. Kenya was part of it, hugely. I thought that we probably have even consulted someone to guide you on how to respond to the question.
Presentation and in your CV, the highest qualification you have reached was finishing secondary school at Inoro Secondary School.
A whole secondary dropout, and he's a whole politician. Imagine.
The only job experience you have.
No, don't respond. Just wait, until we finish, and I will allow you to. So you can mute your mic, and then.
The only job experience you have is running a petrol station.
The job experience he has is running a petrol station, but right now he's a whole nominee for the president.
And you have been nominated to a very senior diplomatic position.
What country is this?
The Democratic Republic.
Kenya. These are Council General to
Well, but this the corruption of the mind. When you destroy people's mind, this is what you got. I don't want to listen to this dude. You play this guy too long. This is what you got when you got a whole when white people come and conquer you, they destroy your whole society and sense of self. And so now you got a bunch of weak men leading societies, like a moron like this. And they always make excuses for not having a backbone and realize you're in a global motherfucking war. And the funny part about it, every non-African knows they warn against Africans. You get an African man, I don't know, I'm not sure. So you get like a revolutionary like a me or that dude in South Africa that you know you're being warred against. That's why you won't defend your women, why you won't defend your people when they're treated badly in Ukraine, wherever they at. Because you got a bunch of weak-ass men. See, weak men build fucked up societies, okay? Weak men build fucked up societies. That's why Africa's fucked up. And that's just the fact, whether you'd like it or not. The only reason why you see now Ibrahim Traoré, a strong man, a young strong man, is now righting the wrong of 60 years, really 100 years of weak-ass African men. That's why he must be overthrown. Because this is dangerous for the rest of the continent. It's going to go like dominoes. I told you, I think they had a coup in Togo yesterday. Because this weakness in Africa can't continue. Yeah, your internet's messed up. This weakness in Africa cannot continue. It cannot continue. Okay? Can't have often, I can't hire my African woman. She's too dark, and all these weak ass men hate on African women and set up a society the same color scheme the white man gave them. That the lighter you are, the better you are in society. Your mind is fucked up. You have a colonized mind. Okay? And you're disrespectful to your own ancestors. Your great-grandmother, your great-grandfather, who had to fight this European when they brought their ass into Africa. You betrayed all of that with your weak ass. Then you lust after other women that are your enemy. That's the problem we got. And that's not after about African people globally. That's how colonization works. Okay? That's how colonization works. And it's a sad fact that it works that way. Like I told you, you can't wake up every morning worshiping your fucking enemy and then talking about you're going to fight your enemy. You're giving this goofy Bible, this goofy Quran. Everybody in there is white. Ain't no, even though, the whole story's a lie, but they made them all white. In your mind, you waking up every morning worshiping some shit of white people. That's why you got constantly dominated. That's why your society's impoverished. You ain't figured it out. You can't worship something and then fight it. That's something you can't do. I don't care. So that's why you got African women all in these Arabic countries getting raped, and the African man ain't done shit. You fucking moron. That's an act of war. Somebody raped. That's why you think, Joby, you don't see the Arab women that are in Africa getting raped by African men? Because these soft ass weak niggas know it's an act of war. An Arab man's coming to see you. That's why you don't see it in reverse. Let me ask you a question. Whenever these African men say that bullshit, why don't you see it in reverse? Because they desire Arab women and non-black women. Why they not raping them and nutting in their face and doing all despicable kind of shit that bullshit Canvas was talking about? Why you don't see? Because when he's saying this idiotic nonsense, you won't see that because the African man knows he do it. This is an act of war. They're coming to see you. His weak ass don't want that. That's why you don't see it. That's why you don't see it. You don't see no African man putting no dog on no Arab woman's breast, do you? You ever seen that, Joby? And you not.
No.
You're never gonna see it. Because the African man's a punk. He's weak. He knows that if he does that, that's an act of war. And the Arab man is coming to see you. These are acts of war. They're always trying to make excuses for acts of war. Well, you know what? Hey, well, it's the African woman. They know better. They see what be happening to them when they do. I don't give a shit what they see, nigga. That's your woman. That's your obligation to go to war for her, whether she's dumb or not. That's your damn obligation as a man. Or you not a man? Always African, always trying to make some excuses why you gotta be a punk. You know why? I just can't. That's why you're not respected nowhere on the planet. Why when you do meetings in the UN, everybody say, "Oh, a nigga speaking. It's time to go to lunch." They got some goofy nigga up here giving a speech. It's time to go to lunch, everybody. And in the UN, everybody clears out why these goofy Africans make their dumbass speeches that no one gives a shit about. That's why people can put you on a fucking bus. They tell you, they laugh about you in England. Oh, they put us on a bus. And then you get to Italy, and this broad puts you on another bus. Because you're disrespected and you're weak.
As we get to the major conversation of the day, which is about Nigeria, where they have recovered millions in corruption. And this is...
we are, Big Cheese. We're in a dangerous situation. And I'm telling you now, they coming for Kenya. I'm not in the joke. They coming for Kenya. The UN must have used Kenya to now conquer the rest of Africa. They bringing the UN, as Demore showed me, and they building an obelisk. You know what the Rothschilds do when they go to every city? They build an obelisk. The city of London is an obelisk. Washington, D.C. got that obelisk. France got that obelisk. The Vatican's got the obelisk. And they building an obelisk right now in Nairobi. Putting their damn mark. We're going to come and take over all this shit. Because they know the youth don't want to hear nothing from their weak ass daddies no more. Shut the fuck up. They don't want to hear from their weak ass daddies no more about they love Jesus or the Muslim. Fuck all that. They don't want to hear that shit no more. So these places are being now toppled, and the white man's like, fuck that. We got to get to one of these African countries. So we got boots on the ground. But it ain't going to work because you don't got the population, white man. No matter what you're doing. And I'm gonna call you white man. It's the cats with the small hats. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. The white man works for the cats with the small hats. So, you know, you don't got the population numbers. You don't got the numbers. No matter what you do with these ignorant niggas who like to worship Jesus, it ain't gonna work. You can move to Kenya all damn day long, but these revolutions are coming regardless. Because these babies don't want to hear no more weak ass shit. These babies that are 2 and 3 years old, time they get 20, you motherfuckers gonna be wiped off the continent. This is coming. Go ahead, Joby.
So they're saying that Nigeria said it recovered nearly $30 million from ongoing corruption investigations at a key government agency.
30 million?
The entity...
That ain't shit, Joby. 30 million. That's a lie. 30 million is nothing. We just sure that means $200 to $300 million have been stolen. They ain't talking about 30 million. You don't get out of here.
The entity being probed for fraud is the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, which is also charged with fighting poverty, and the Economy and Financial Crimes Commission said in a statement that it had uncovered complex of fraudulent practices.
They have been fighting poverty. They've been putting the money in their own pockets.
Of course. This is why when you go back to what we spoke about last week as I wind up, is about, you know, if they have true leadership, publicizing of assets, we should see it happening. Why is it that we can see George Weah very threatened, you know, because of his public assets being, leaked? That was last week.
Because they're all crooks, Joby. They're all crooks.
Exactly. So that's why they're not going to give us the right figure. And of course, the people who also control Africa are the ones literally enabling them to steal all these funds. It's not the loans that we get. They're nothing to develop the country or the continent of Africa.
Because that's why
they're covered up.
Joby, how can you get fake loans, the fake money to develop anything? That money's fake. It's fake money. I told you America's about to get that money. Is fake. It's fraudulent. Go ahead.
That's why Zimbabwe did launch a new currency.
Go back up, back go.
Right
That's
now,
right. And that's why they're gonna need to go in and
today, we
overthrow
can see
their
that
ass.
they have been forced to use the dollar in absence of the new currency. So you can see that they are being fought. They don't want this to push. So it makes a whole lot of sense. It makes a whole lot of sense.
It's gonna be war.
We're gonna see
Because
people
gold,
intervening.
because gold is real currency. Paper money is fraudulent, Joby.
Yeah.
Shillings and dollars and yuan, that's fake. It's called fiat. It's fucking fake. I'm printing it from nothing. So you got a global world collapse, like I told you. That's why they want world war. That's why the cats with the small hats are bombing Iran and everything. They want this war because their whole economics in that fake BRICS system. They said that these dumbass niggas have, BRICS is going to be arrived. Shut up, stupid. Shut up. Shut up, moron. It's the same people that created the American dollar, created the fake Chinese, as you heard the guy tell you yesterday when we did the show. I've been told people that. You think some rice-eating motherfuckers who ain't never developed shit are now a superpower? Are you that dumb? Yes, because you don't know no history, your education system so bad. You think China is a power? You out of your mind? China's a fraudulent, made-up country. Craziest cat shit. Poor ass country, poorer than Kenya 40 years ago. Poorer than Kenya 40 years ago, and now it's a superpower. How? What way? Magic. Oh, the Chinese just became China. Yeah, magic. Chinese just became smart and knew, and all the manufacturing came to them. You out of your damn mind? Shout out to people telling the truth. I told you this. It's magic. You got the African. Oh, these Chinese are so smart. Chinese run around knocking Africans in the head. They think they some kind of manufacturing. They some kind of geniuses now. Motherfuckers are wired and pissing shit 40 years ago. Riding on bicycles. You talking about it's a Chinese miracle? No, they've been propped up.
As we wind up, though. As we wind up, please, kindly.
No kindly wind up to nothing. This has been a furious conversation because now they're trying to take us to war, right? They want the war. Shout out to Iran. I don't think Iran is real either. All these countries are controlled. I'm not sure. Only one I don't know about is still Russia. Did Russia actually get free in 1990? Because these cats on all these wars are already programmed. All of them. Go ahead, Joby. As you wind up, go ahead.
Yeah, so much love, family. This was Keith's show, not my show. Asanteni for tuning in.
Don't try to be slick. Don't try to be slick. Don't try to be slick, Joby. You didn't do your show yesterday, so I had to come in and right the ship. Don't try to be. You did.
We had the Africa Today show. We could still literally took the whole.
You did your talking points. Africa Today show went too damn fast yesterday. We didn't get to discuss the whole thing about this war, and then you made me mad about this colorism thing that it's been put. Hell, I was like this on Rumi's Eye show. That was 4 years ago already. It's 2004. I was mad about Rumi's Eye show when I told her when she couldn't get a job in Zimbabwe because she's dark skinned and the light skinned thing. This should have been read out of Africa when you supposedly got independence. But none of these puppets would read out something detrimental to society because they're all weak and fucked up. This is all over Africa. This is all over Africa. This should have been weeded out. That European mindset, you should have put that in the schools your first fucking day. But it's still you're in Africa. And you gotta be upset to be African. Your hair, you can't wear locks. If a man wears locks in Africa, he's a criminal. What kind of backward ass shit is this? What kind of moron? That's what the white man told you. The hate. That's why they call them dreadlocks. Not dreadlocks, it's just locks. Dread came from them. They were supposed to be scary. Dreadlocks. They're just locks. So you being African is not even tolerated, and no one's changed that. So of course I'm gonna be angry. You haven't changed even being African in Africa. You haven't changed that in 60 years of independence. As the Sierra Leonean First Lady said, you're not independent. The idea you independent is laughable. She said, why we celebrate independence, which Joby showed. Exactly. Why do you do it? It's a joke. You're not independent in your fucking head, let alone independent in your damn political practices. But you can't even be African without somebody trying to arrest you. Sound crazy as cat shit. Oh, you can't have dreadlocks and go to school. You mean I can't have an African hairstyle? I can't be African in Africa? That's right. The white man said that's bad. We ain't changed it yet. You're not going. You're not going nowhere, Joby. Getting. we need to get our thousands like we go on Twitter again. You're not going nowhere.
Well, there's a show that is supposed to be. Everyone is looking at me after you say that. Yo. Everyone is like, what you talking about? So kindly let us wrap it up here. That is what I'm
talking about being African in Africa, God damn it. How these weak ass men have not done it.
Just hold it on there. We shall continue from right here. Just hold it on there. We shall continue the conversation.
Family. Hey, Jibba and Big Cheese, I'm going to have to come on tonight. I got to come on tonight to do my rant. Joby shut me down, so I will be live tonight. Wherever I'm at, I'm going to come on live tonight. I'll be on the network. I'll be on Twitter. I'll be everywhere tonight. Later tonight to do my damn rant. All right. That's right.
Yeah, so much love, family. See you guys later. If you for those who shall be catching us live on the Black Kings frequency, hope you guys shall tune in. Thank you to everyone who's tuning in right now, so late. But asante sana for literally checking.
Set up the test, babe. What's gonna be the count? You said you wanted to do the light skin thing on the frequency show, right? You wrote it down, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I wrote it down. I had two topics. One I had yesterday. I'm gonna check what is about, and that one because I want to hear from men what are their thoughts. Because
put me on the test page. You believe what? You believe most African men are colonized in their head. They're gonna be talking about.
Much love, family. See you guys on the Black Kings frequency.
That's why it exists, Joby. Can't get a job unless you light skin, all this old crazy shit. Sound like a fucking moron.
Shout out to Mzales. Thank you so much for tuning in. Jiba Jabba, Big Cheese, and to all the amazing silent listener. K. Williams, I hope you're doing amazing. I know you're right there. John Mosquito, Asante Sana for being with us right here on TikTok. Shout out to Dob Kerry. I also see you. Hope you can follow the host if in case you are literally loving the conversation. We do this every now and then. Shout out to Sidika. Shout out to Rare Breed Lady. Hope you guys are doing great. And Santeni Sana for being with us on today's morning.
I don't jump. This is what I want you to do. This is the time of this is what I want you to do now. When you set up on the King frequency, I want you to put it like I do. I want you to put it on Mevo, but I want you to put it on StreamYard too. I want you to put it on Twitter. I want you to put it on Facebook and Black Eye Fire Network Live. Okay? I want you to do that because the Twitter people be sleeping. It's early as hell. It's early as hell over here. So
yeah, I got you.
Yeah, that's why Temple and Maria getting 2,000 people on the live now. You know, getting 220. I mean, my Temple. My fault. I said though. Oh my God, Temple, wherever you at, brother. Hold on, Joby. Hold on, wait. So go ahead. So wait.
I'm like, Temple is doing a show now. I'm like, where?
No. You know, Temple. You know, Seto, not Temple. Sorry about you, Temple, brother. Brother. My South African family, come on back. Come on. Joby, sorry. Sorry, nigga.
You know you're listening. You don't have to hide behind the chat. Come on. Come on.
Temple, you don't have to hide no more. My South African brother. Come on back. Joe be sorry, man. Joe be sorry.
I grew a thick skin. You can come back and you can get this work again. So
talking your shit. But anyway, fam. yeah, but do that, fam. Joby. So the Twitter family can come in and see you guys talking about, and that'll help the numbers go. You guys have it'll start off maybe 500. Those numbers, since Twitter hasn't been blocked, that's why our audience is so damn big on Twitter. 2,000. Like it used to be on YouTube with 2,000 and 3,000 people on a live stream. So
okay. Peace, family. Have an amazing day.
Peace.